There's just been a shocking revelation from federal authorities regarding a highly private and scandalous video involving none other than Jay-Z and Beyonce, reportedly taken during a wild party hosted by Diddy. Apparently during a Homeland Security raid on Diddy's properties, some rather intriguing discoveries were made, including compromising footage featuring numerous beloved celebrities caught in scandalous situations. Speculation is rife that Diddy intentionally leaked this footage to authorities as a form of revenge against the Carters, allegedly due to their perceived lack of support during his legal battles. It seems he's on a mission to embarrass them at any cost. Adding fuel to the fire, an unsettling audio clip allegedly featuring Meek Mill and Diddy has surfaced, courtesy of Diddy's former bodyguard.
It all began with a federal raid. Homeland Security agents stormed multiple properties owned by Sean Diddy Combs, and what they allegedly found wasn't just financial records or hard drives. According to insiders, it was hours of video footage, and not the kind anyone expected. We're talking private parties, celebrity guests, and scenes so disturbing even seasoned investigators were reportedly shaken. The footage, according to leaks, includes top names, Beyonce and Jay-Z among them, captured in compromising situations. And the most chilling part, some clips are said to involve minors. That alone sent shockwaves through the industry. But what really made jaws drop was the theory that Diddy leaked the footage himself. His claim he felt betrayed by Jay-Z and Beyonce for not standing by him as legal trouble mounted. In response, he allegedly handed over the very kind of evidence that could bury them. But Diddy's footage wasn't the only thing putting pressure on the Carters. Because next, two unlikely voices, insiders with nothing left to lose, dropped bombs that the industry still hasn't recovered from. You don't have to dig deep into the music world to know the name Jaguar Wright. She's been called outspoken, controversial, even unhinged. In a viral interview that's been and partially removed across platforms, Jaguar didn't just call out Diddy, she dragged Jay-Z and Beyonce into the fire too.
About what's going on. Beyonce is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say so?
I mean, probably not, considering she's gonna be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many up people does he have to be around before people see him for who he is?
According to her, these weren't just celebrities attending the infamous FreakOFF parties, they were participants. She claimed minors were flown in, drugged, and filmed for blackmail. But then came Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, backing up Jaguar's story piece by piece. He added fuel to the fire with claims of backroom deals, illegal recordings, and an entire network of manipulation. What made it more alarming? The reaction? Beyonce's legal team didn't wait to respond. Cease and desist letters started flying, clips were deleted, and interviews were scrubbed. And fans took notice. If it's all lies, people asked, why erase the evidence?
Everybody thought that Tina Knowles liked to comment. Tina Knowles actually did like a comment talking about what was going on with Jay-Z, saying he was accused of raping a 13-year-old. She left it up for about 12, maybe 24 hours. Then she came back 24 hours later and said that her account got hacked and she always stands by her family. We said, okay, Tina, we're gonna let you go because all the power the hackers could have, and that's all they did, it doesn't matter. Everybody thought maybe Beyonce was furious. Beyonce wanted to abandon Jay-Z. Beyonce has come out and made a rare public statement, and guess what? She said, that's my man, and I'm sticking behind her. I'm sticking with them. She said they will get through this as a family. How do we know this comes directly from Beyonce? Well, it is directly in page 6 through Beyonce's people. Let's get into this statement. Beyonce said she's sticking by Jay-Z's side and prioritizing family.
Especially not when Beyonce's own mother, Tina Knowles, liked to comment online, referencing accusations that Jay-Z had harmed a 13-year-old, that stayed up for nearly a full day before she backtracked, claiming her account had been hacked. Some believed it was a mistake. Others thought it was a cryptic message, maybe even a subtle act of defiance. But either way, it made things worse. As social media caught fire, Beyonce's PR machine kicked into overdrive. Press appearances were canceled, interviews pulled, entire segments vanished from networks. Even talk show giant Piers Morgan suddenly edited down an episode after airing Jaguar Wright's accusations. His team, according to reports, was hit with heavy legal pressure. That's not normal damage control, that's fear. But behind the silence was something even darker. Because while the media cleaned up the surface, rumors of a dangerous cover-up were starting to surface from a woman who may have known too much. She was more than just Diddy's ex. Kim Porter was the mother of his children. And, according to insiders, the keeper of his secrets. Before her sudden and mysterious death in 2018, Kim was reportedly working on a memoir, one that was said to pull the curtain back on Diddy's inner circle, the FreakOFF parties, and the elite network behind the scenes. Then, out of nowhere, she was gone. No confirmed cause, and just like that, the woman who many believed held the truth was silenced forever. Rumors have swirled for years that Kim didn't just pass away, she was eliminated. And now, those whispers are echoing louder than ever. Why? Because multiple sources are now claiming that Kim's recordings, notes, and possibly even tapes have resurfaced, and may be tied to the same stash of evidence Homeland Security seized during their raid on Diddy's mansions. Worse yet, there are unconfirmed reports that some of these tapes didn't end up in evidence lockers. They leaked to the dark web. People close to her say she feared for her life in the final months, but if the idea of leaked tapes sounds like a conspiracy, just wait until you hear what those tapes are said to contain. Because once the dark web got involved, everything changed. According to leaks from inside the investigation, at least 8 tapes allegedly taken from Diddy's properties have found their way to the dark web. These tapes reportedly show drugged minors, abuse, and A-list celebrities in rooms that look nothing like parties. Among the names whispered in hacker forums and anonymous reports, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, LeBron James, and yes, Diddy himself.
A shocking new lawsuit against music mogul Diddy has emerged, alleging that Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and LeBron James witnessed an incident of humiliation at one of Diddy's notorious FreakOFF parties. The event allegedly took place during a birthday celebration on Star Island in Miami in April 2015. The plaintiff, Joseph Manzaro, claims he was given substances without his consent and brought to the Diddy party as punishment for perceived disloyalty. Upon arriving at Star Island, he encountered LeBron James walking down a hallway clad only in a bath towel. The lawsuit quotes LeBron as saying, quote, "Y'all better do something about that," end quote, when he saw Manzaro's condition. Manzaro was then guided through an underground tunnel into Diddy's mansion, entering a sprawling party area where he spotted Beyoncé and Jay-Z. He alleges that he was paraded around the mansion with a rock strapped to his face, while Diddy instructed guests to mock him. Beyoncé reportedly questioned, quote, "Why is this half-naked white man with a rock mask standing here in front of me?" End quote. A friend of Diddy allegedly replied, "Diddy wants him to see what we do to those who betray us. This is part of his punishment." The lawsuit states that Manzaro was moved through multiple rooms, enduring ongoing humiliation. Importantly, Manzaro is not suing Beyoncé, Jay-Z, or LeBron James. His lawsuit targets Diddy, former adult film star Adria English, who allegedly led him around, and Brendan Paul, accused of supplying substances. While Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and LeBron James are not defendants, their alleged presence has sparked significant media attention. Diddy denies all claims.
But what's most chilling is how methodical it all seems. Guests at these exclusive events thought they were being welcomed into elite circles. In reality, insiders now say they were being recorded, manipulated, and in some cases assaulted, all for blackmail. Attorney Tony Busby, who's leading more than 24 lawsuits, says this isn't speculation anymore. It's about to become part of legal record. Documents, names, dates. One alleged victim described being flown out for a talent audition, only to be drugged, locked in a bedroom, and never seen by her recruiter again. She was 15. Another, just a teenage boy, claims Diddy lured him with promises of fame before forcing him into a private meeting. He says Jay-Z knew what happened and said nothing. These aren't anonymous tweets. They're signed statements backed by medical records, time-stamped ER visits, and now federal investigators. More than 1,000 alleged victims have now come forward, with many offering evidence. Police reports, hospital records, and even blurry stills pulled from leaked footage. One 15-year-old girl says she was flown out to a supposed audition, only to be locked in a room at a mansion party hosted by Jay-Z and Diddy. She was drugged, assaulted, filmed, and then dumped with a warning: don't speak. A teenage boy says he was approached by Diddy's team with a promise of a music career. That meeting ended in trauma. And according to his statement, Jay-Z was aware. He says someone took his phone and made sure he'd never speak again. But now, the fear is starting to wear off. And the credit for that doesn't go to lawyers. It goes to 2 names who refuse to stay quiet: Jaguar Wright and Jean Deal. Jaguar says she's been followed by black SUVs, banned from events, and even had to call police after being blocked at venues by what she calls Jay-Z's people. Her phones? Tapped. Her emails? Vanishing. Every time she speaks out, something weird happens. Gene Deal, Diddy's former right-hand man, says he's getting messages warning him to back off. He said it bluntly, "This is when people start turning up dead." And if that sounds extreme, just ask the people close to Kim Porter, or Cassie, who went quiet for years before breaking her silence, or the dozens of women now suing Diddy for abuse dating back decades. This isn't tabloid drama, this is survival. Whistleblowers aren't just risking their careers, they're risking their lives. Even the media is acting nervous. Talk shows are cutting segments, celebs are deleting photos, publicists are scrubbing connections. And now the public's asking, who's going to crack first? Because Diddy, he's not going down alone. But while he makes deals behind closed doors, another kind of silence is raising even more eyebrows. Because Beyoncé and Jay-Z, they've gone underground, and the timing couldn't be more suspicious. If you want to know who's really scared, don't look at their words. Look at their actions. And right now, Beyoncé and Jay-Z's actions are speaking volumes. Sources close to their inner circle say Beyoncé has quietly canceled appearances, backed out of interviews, and even pulled out of Grammy-related press events. Jay-Z, normally outspoken online, has gone completely dark. No posts, no statements, just silence. But the clearest sign something's going down? Their friends are disappearing too. Celebrities who once bragged about partying with the Carters are now unfollowing, deleting old photos and scrubbing captions. Entire timelines wiped clean. It's not a coincidence. It's not PR. It's damage control. One industry insider said flat out, they're not avoiding the spotlight. They're avoiding subpoenas. And here's where things get even darker. Diddy is facing federal charges, trafficking, blackmail, assault, and according to reports, he's already started giving up names in exchange for leniency. He's backed into a corner, and he's ready to burn the whole empire down if it means saving himself. So what happens if Beyoncé and Jay-Z's names are officially tied to the case? Well, legal consequences are one thing, but the reputational fallout, that's another story entirely. The kind of scandal that doesn't just damage a brand, it destroys a legacy. Sources say Beyoncé's lawyers are already trying to distance her from Jay-Z. She's allegedly focusing on solo projects, dropping joint deals, and pulling her name from anything connected to Diddy's orbit. Because once the lawsuits hit court, it's every person for themselves. And while fans may still hold on to the fairy tale of Queen Bee and Hov, the industry is preparing for something else entirely, a total collapse. But before this empire falls, there's still one question left to answer, and it's the one everyone's been asking since day one. Will Beyoncé speak up or go down in silence?